There's nothing better than cheating in a video game. In fact, it's the best thing you can do. I cheat in all the video games that I've played. It's actually not true. I've actually never cheated in a single video game before, but we're gonna be watching the worst cheaters in Fortnite history. This is a video by Aced. It was uploaded almost a year ago. We're gonna be checking this video out. I'm actually really excited for this.
Cheaters have been in gaming for decades, and now it seems worse than ever, especially in Fortnite. From aimbotting at a $250,000 LAN event to gaining hundreds of thousands of subscribers by lying to their fans, today we're gonna look at some of the worst cheaters in the game and where they're at today.
Is Jarvis in this?
Cheater of this video managed to make a career out of it without anyone knowing, surpassing over 600,000 subscribers, and at one point was considered the fastest editor in the world.
Oh, is that
would be
Serpent?
Serpent AU.
Yeah.
He created his channel back in November of 2018, where he would upload his first video, which was a Fortnite montage. This video wasn't anything too impressive. He was just an average player back then. He would continue to upload montages, and you can see that he started to get...
I remember I was gonna do like a video with Serpent. I think, yeah, AU. He's in Australia. Yeah, I forgot about the whole Serpent thing.
better and better every upload. And back
takes me
then, just
back.
doing some double edits and resetting quickly was considered insanely advanced, and he was doing them way before anyone else. Again, he would continue to post videos stating how he is the fastest editor in Fortnite, and from that started
Bro,
getting
he pulled
millions of views
mills,
on his
yeah.
videos. And in December of 2019, he would post one of the most popular Fortnite montages ever, gaining 10 million views. But the more views he got, the more
On a
people would start to
montage.
really analyze his gameplay. And then EJ Ladd, another big creator at the time who was creating content similar to Serpent, and also the creator of the EJ Dash, ended up making an exposed video on him. But EJ would actually
Oh,
end up
wait, I
taking
remember
down this
seeing
video
this.
from YouTube, but in this video, he essentially pointed out that Serpent is probably using edit macros.
This takes me back.
For example, he never used a hand cam before. He asked his friends if they thought he was cheating, and they said yes. And he even reached out to a very well-known hacker and cheat seller named...
Would he actually cheat in like an actual game though? Like this was all just in creative. Like, would you still get banned if you're just cheating in your own like custom creative?
Blaze
don't know.
FN, who also said he was for sure using macros. From this video, it seemed like Serpent was for sure caught.
Like everyone
and his
was
career
using macros
over.
at a point.
But he would end up making a video responding to the allegations, which was him using a hand cam while playing. And in that video, he seemed to have a good answer for everything that EJ said. And EJ would even say himself that everything could be legit, but the fact that Serpent's own friends thought he was cheating really threw him off. Now after this, Serpent would continue to post videos and regain respect from the Fortnite community. But then EJ would make another video exposing how the hand cam video Serpent made was actually faked. But yet again, he ended up deleting this video as well. Serpent would end up posting
Wait,
more
what?
videos, but would actually temporarily
Why is he backing
delete his
down?
YouTube channel. Nobody really knows for sure why, but my guess is that he was just getting some hate. However, this didn't last long, and he would come back shortly after, posting more montages. And at this time, he was still pulling very good views, almost...
Bro, the montage era, like chapter 2, was insane. People were pulling millions of views. Like I remember when like Radius and Sync, who were in power, were pulling like millions of views on their montages. Like it was such an era.
was getting 1 million views per video.
I kind of miss
Then out
watching
of
them.
Nowhere,
Not
in
gonna lie.
summer of 2020, Serpent would come out and confess to everyone that he was using macros in his videos. It seems like the guilt of constantly lying to his viewers just caught up with
I don't
him.
remember
After
him admitting that.
confessing, literally cheating and lying to his audience, you'd think his career would be over and he would just quit. But he decided to keep uploading and would use the fact that he macroed as clickbait for his videos. But as expected, his views would drastically
What?
decrease and he would lose tens of thousands of subscribers.
Bro
And
fell off.
eventually he would completely quit, and now he has deleted most of his videos with only 20 of them being up still. So what exactly did he do afterwards? Well, he turned to crypto and NFTs. It seems like he may have been
Oh, yeah, I
some
remember
pretty
that.
large crypto projects, but it's unknown how much money he actually made, especially now with NFTs
The
and
crypto phase.
being at an all-time low. It seems in the last year, however, he's actually gone on to expose some scams and has gotten into marketing and security. And funny enough, he would go on to expose an FNCS winner for cheating, which will be later in this video. It also
What?
seems like he is a possible owner or working with the
Bro's
company
taking them all down with him.
Tech, which seems to just be an app to make connections with other people. Nowadays, it seems like Serpent has turned a new leaf and is trying to do good now, which seems like the complete opposite for a
Trying to
hacker
do
who made
good.
his way into a $250,000 DreamHack LAN event. In June of 2023, DreamHack hosted a gaming festival in Sweden, and during that, they decided to host a $250,000 zero-build duo event. for anyone to play in, as long as you bought
So
a
much
ticket
money,
and were
bro.
there in person to play. This tourney also served as a qualifier for the Gamers 8 LAN that happened later on that summer, which had a $2 million prize pool. Now, the way this worked was players would get a manual code in person in order to play. And there were 4 different heats with 12 different teams qualifying into the finals from each one. Now, everything was running pretty smoothly until the very last heat. Players started to notice that there was one person just going around and fully aimbotting players. Now, obviously, this was a huge problem that needed to be fixed quickly. But nobody really knew how the cheater was even able to get into these games in the first place. At first, players started to think that someone was secretly cheating and just hiding it from everybody, until they realized that the cheater was streaming this event live. And from there, they found out that he wasn't even at the event. So that meant only one thing. Someone there was leaking the codes to him, and the only way to stop it was to find that person. So almost everyone there started searching for the suspect.
This event.
And eventually, with hundreds of people looking for them, they finally found him, and he would end up getting kicked out and permanently banned from all DreamHacks. And it turned out it was just some random guy, and the only reason he was leaking the code in the first place was because the cheater paid him. Now, after all the massive drama, everyone thought that was that. But a very big streamer named Archie, who was there, was able to get in contact with the cheater and actually get an interview with him face to face on stream. And even though he got all dressed up to try and hide his identity, he tried plugging the clothing brand that he was wearing that he must own. And one of the people watching ended up finding the clothing brand and then from that finding out his real name. And he also confirmed that on the stream.
Mate, is your name Ali? Ali. Someone's got the Insta up, bud. Mate, they just leaked the full governmental.
Also, the guy had a picture of what I'm assuming is him right next to him on the wall.
So got the name leaked.
Proves that anybody can get a hold of cheats nowadays, no matter how dumb you are. But after that was said and done, the cheater was no longer able to queue into the games. But it did unfortunately cause some people to not make finals that probably would have, and ruin their chance to compete for $2 million at Gamers 8.
Yeah, that is insane. There's been like so many stories of people like traveling to these events, these LAN events, putting heaps of work, and then somehow cheaters are getting in, and it just scuffs the whole thing, bro. But it's like, I guess, like, what do you do? Like, there's only so much Epic can actually do to like get rid of them and have justice for the other players. It's hard.
Now, at least this guy fully admitted to cheating, but the same can't be said for K-Quid. Now, his story has been very strange, from winning an FNCS to getting
I forgot about this kid.
K-Quid started playing in the early years
of Fortnite,
and he was very good.
Why are all these people like
AU? Finals, placing 5th.
This is another Australian
creator. More impressive placements, and in the next season, he made it to the FNCS Grand Finals and managed to get 10th.
Bro was popping views though.
He would get a better placement in FNCS squad.
I remember when he was streaming, he'd get like 6K or something like that. Like, bro, he was young too, but he was fragging.
It's getting
popping views.
And during this time, he would frequently stream and upload, growing his brand to the point where he was a very well-known player on the OCE region. But in the very next season, his career would change for the best and the worst. This season's FNCS, it was now duos, and he decided to play with Jinx.
Hey, Power Jinx!
They played extremely well, winning the entire thing, which actually made him one of the youngest FNCS winners ever at the age of 14. And to keep up with this momentum, he had the solo FNCS Invitationals just 1 month later to look forward to. But what came next would ruin his career forever. He was in the middle of playing the Invitationals when he would get kicked out of his game and logged out of his
Don't show the desktop!
Which was caught on stream.
What? Who logged in? Who logged into my account? Wait, what? I just got logged out of my account!
Now, at first, everybody thought it was just a mistake.
Doesn't he show his desktop?
On Epic's end, since nobody had accused him of cheating before. But then things got really crazy. Now, K-Quid was very much set on saying that he was innocent, but ironically enough, then Serpent8U came out with receipts of K-Quid buying soft aim and fully exposed him.
He's taking everyone down.
Said that he was working on getting a statement video out soon in order to prove his innocence. But then that video
I remember being here during all this.
Delayed over and over again, to the point where it was over 6 months since he got banned and nothing came out. And eventually, in 2022, Justical would actually make a video on the story of K-Quid and get an interview with him, and he said that that video is just never coming out. However, he eventually realized that he wasn't hardware banned, so he decided to make a new account. But after playing on it for 2 days and streaming everything, he would get banned again. He tried doing the same thing 1 month later, but saw the same results. It was at this point he got into crypto and started to make some pretty good money off of his investments.
Why is everybody going
But
crypto?
Over the next few months, his passion
After
to play
cheating?
competitive Fortnite
Why is this
would
a trend?
continue to grow, and he would try once again to make this dream a reality. And it was here where things got extremely confusing. Epic Games started inviting him to play at some invite-only tournaments while he was still banned.
What?
And then Serpent AU, the one who exposed him in the first place, came out saying that K-Quid never actually cheated. So what the hell was going on? Well, it seemed like he
Wait,
might
what?
have officially been unbanned, and
I don't
he would
remember
come
all
back
this.
to playing in the Booga Late Game Cup and would also play a few rounds of FNCS that season, until he would get banned once again. And according from him, he said that he talked to Epic Games directly, and
Wasn't
they said
banned
it was
5
because of
times.
his hardware ID since he had been banned before. And after that, he felt very confident that he would return to playing competitive in the next couple months, but that never ended up happening. He said even if the whole Fortnite thing didn't work out, he would like to continue a
Whoa,
career in
that's
streaming,
lame.
but that also doesn't seem to be happening.
Bro, I
as he
hate these
hasn't
like
streamed in over a
transition
year.
pop-ups.
And then in 2022, he would
The
come
video's
out
good,
2
but,
years
like,
later after
pop-ups.
being banned with a twit longer, talking about the whole thing. And in it, he gave the reason why he got banned in the first place. He said, I was getting errors in Fortnite and I asked around and some guy in the comm with like 2K
Oh, my
followers
eyes.
said to get a spoofer. Because he had some issues. Then I got a fake spoofer or whatever,
what is this
and
editing?
then that actually got me banned, obviously. Now, I have no idea whether to believe this at all since this is the first time I've heard him talk about this. But since then, he hasn't been too active and has recently actually tried selling his PC. And in that twit longer, he gave a life
Sick.
update on how he doesn't know what he's going to do in the future anymore. And with looking to sell his PC, it seems like he won't be coming back to gaming anytime soon. With all this confusion over the years, nobody knows if he was actually cheating.
Where's
except for
K-Quid
him.
these days?
But I think it's safe to say
Where's the
he
goat?
was. Now, K-Quid's story was very
really the goat, but-
confusing, but for our last person on this list, he actually came out admitting to buying cheats, and that would be Taken, Jarian's duo who stabbed him in the
Taken?
back. Taken also
Never
started
heard of this
playing
guy.
the game very early on, earning money in the first couple weeks of the World Cup qualifiers. And going into Season X's Trio FNCS, he would make the heats, but not the grand finals. However, he was still
Damn.
earning good
Imagine not
money
making
at this
grand
point,
finals.
and if he continued
Must
the
be terrible.
grind, he could possibly go pro one day. However, he would continue to play for a couple more seasons, not seeing much success, with his best performances just making it to the heats in FNCS.
Damn.
But it
Bro
was in
sucks.
Season 5 where his life would change. Jarian was looking for a new trio to play tournaments
Hey.
with, and Taken reached out, and he would end up playing with him. And after that, he would see a huge rise in views and subscribers. And with the trio placing surprisingly well in other tournaments, his channel would continue to grow. But
Is
it
this
would be
NA?
6
This would be
months
NA,
after
right?
playing with Jarian for the first time where everything would start to fall apart. Taken would tweet out a screenshot of him getting
Wow.
banned on Fortnite, and the reason was for exploiting. He claimed that he had never done anything
181
wrong, and
days.
since Jarian knew him for a long time, he believed him, and so did everybody else in the community. After all, we've seen this happen before with many pros like Noah Riley and even Mr. Savage. And at that time, Jarian would make a video on the situation defending him, but obviously looking back on things, he took down that video. Throughout this time, Jarian and Taken were in contact with an employee at Epic Games, and it seemed like this was all just one big mistake, until all communication stopped. During this time, he would continue to state how he has never cheated before, and he might quit if he doesn't get on.
It's always the twit
Because
longers,
of all
bro.
this drama, his socials started to explode with everyone taking his side. And then one day,
His
out of the
subscribers
blue,
got
he came
taken.
back with a stream of him playing the game.
Sorry.
And he would even tweet out a picture of him in the lobby
bad.
so everybody could see that he had gotten his account back. Everything seemed all in good until Jarian replied. In Jarian's tweet, he would say, "That's weird, your main account was Division 9, I thought." Then a thread would ensue of Jarian pretty much calling Taken out for trying to cheat. So what seems to have happened was Taken tried to buy Soft Aim right before a solo cash cup, but before he could even have the chance of playing with it in game, he ended up getting banned, then sparking all of this drama. And instead of owning up to it, Taken just lied and lied and lied, and eventually Jarian found out. And even after this, Taken would just act like he never actually did anything wrong and got his account back. And obviously Jarian, knowing what really
Bro, I hate when they
happened,
play
exposed
it.
him for it. And after
They just
all
keep
this
playing with it for
unfolded,
so
he would
long.
eventually come out with a stream,
It's like,
and
just
during
give it up,
he
bro.
would say that he did all of this just to get clout off of Jarian, and bragged how much money he made off of all of it.
Damn.
I got banned. I got 60k subs and made so much money off Twitch and YouTube. So it's called a marketing strat, and I'm smart. That's how it is.
And then Jarian would upload a video pretty much just talking about the whole
It
thing.
doesn't work like that if there's no longevity to your channel. Bro, the 60k subs means nothing. I mean, yeah, cool. Little short bag, but like, I mean, bro, you're gonna have to go back to work, bro.
And how Taken is a terrible person. After going silent for a few months, Taken would return, stating that he had regrets about what happened and he made some bad decisions. But then he instantly started doing NFT promotions, so yeah, I don't believe him.
my
He's not
goodness.
sorry in the slightest.
Everyone's going to the
Bunch of
NFTs
that at one point
and
costed
crypto.
over $100,000. But now the only NFT that he has used to be worth $6 grand and is now worth a solid $5. With his last tweet being the almost $40,000 NFT he bought, he's gone fully silent on social media, besides a few replies here and there. And now he's probably just in college living a normal life. But he has definitely left his mark behind as one of the most hated and
normal life.
scummiest players to touch this game. If you enjoyed this video, you can check out the first one I did on different cheaters here. Make sure to follow me on Twitch at @ACETFN_. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed.
Wow, damn. That's a hectic video. That is hectic. I love how like in depth everything gets. It's like some of these I'm surprised Jarvis was in here. He's probably gonna be in here. Actually, let's watch this video because this is gonna have like Jarvis and like some of the bigger ones.
Cheaters in Fortnite, from feeding your friends eliminations in a $30 million tournament to full-on aimbotting. And now more than ever, it seems like Fortnite is.
I feel like we didn't really see like full on like cheating in that previous video. I kind of wanted to just see people using cheats on stream because I've seen that a bunch in like chapter 2.
Riddled with them. But today, I'm going to be going over some of the biggest
like this
cheaters
stuff.
in Fortnite history, and make sure you stick around for the whole video because some of these will shock you. For our first cheater on the list, we're going to be starting with somebody who actually won an FNCS, and that would be Kez. Some of you may recognize his name,
Kez.
while others might not. All the way back in Chapter 2, Season 1, the second FNCS
Who remembers
ever,
Unknown?
the game mode was squads.
Damn, that's a
and the winners
callback.
in NA East were Unknown Army, Stable Ronaldo, Avery, and Kez. Now, at the time
Kez.
of him winning FNCS, it is most likely that he wasn't cheating, but everything would change just 1 year later. You'd think after winning an FNCS that a player's career would start to flourish, but this was actually the complete opposite for him. Just a few weeks after winning FNCS, the Winter Royale was announced.
Winter
and he
Royale.
won $3 grand from it. But this would be the last time
So much
he would
money in
ever
this tournament.
earn in a tournament. Kez would go on to play for a year, but saw zero success and literally didn't make a single dime off the
Holy,
game.
that is a lot of
So
tournaments.
When Frosty Frenzy came around,
Bro.
it was finally a moment where he could possibly earn again. And going into the tourney, they were doing pretty well, earning in every session. And in the very last session, this moment was caught on stream by one of his trio members, Nanolight.
Dragon shotgun.
What? Why did you just leave?
What?
You just
Kez
got
was
banned.
struck by the.
By the ban hammer.
What? No way. Wait. Sis?
So yeah, he ended up getting banned right in the middle of the game.
Imagine you're trioing with someone for like FNCS or like have played grands with someone and then they get banned while you're playing with them for cheating. How crazy would that be? And you have no idea, and then it like comes out and they like confess or something like that. Like that whole time you're playing with like someone using cheats, that'd
leaving
be
his
wild.
trio dumbfounded. And when this happened, Twitter was going absolutely crazy, and it really sucks for Sizlucky and Nanolight because they ended up playing for 13 hours, making $2 grand, but ended up losing out on all the money because their teammate was cheating. And you might be curious on what cheats he had. Well, there's some proof
That's
of him
so
buying
sad.
soft aim just a few weeks before the tournament, and it seems like the conclusion on why he cheated was purely just because he wasn't performing very well and not placing for over a year, and he was just sick of it and decided to start cheating. And it doesn't seem like he really cares because right after
Why do I feel like chapter 2 was like the year or the chapter of cheating? I feel like chapter 3, like, I mean, there was cheaters, but it wasn't as like big as chapter 2 got. Like, I think it kind of quieted down, but now I think like nowadays, like there's so many people cheating still, but it's like very subtle, like soft aim or like mouse adjustment, something like that. Like, I don't think anyone's like blatantly cheating, at least a lot of the pros. But there's so many people doing like soft aim stuff,
banned,
100%.
A DM leaked of him saying, "It doesn't matter because I got the bag." And I guess he's not really wrong since he earned over 60 grand, but I guess the real question is, how long do you guys think he was actually cheating for? Okay, so for the next one,
That's
let's
so much
bring it
money.
a step down from full-on hacking to some light collusion. So in this one here, we got 4
Collusion.
players involved, and that would be the pro players Bucky, Creo, Slacks, and Keys. Now this happened all the way back in the very first FNCS in Chapter 2 Season 2.
It's always
in the
Chapter 2.
Slurpy Swamps area. For those who don't watch competitive Fortnite, I'll quickly explain what
Is this gonna be
Surge
Surge?
is,
Yeah, I was gonna
because
say.
that plays a very
It's gonna be
big role in
Surge
this.
trading.
So when there's a certain amount of players alive in a zone, a number will
How is this
pop
the
up
biggest
showing how much damage you've done
cheaters in
and if
Fortnite
you're
history, though?
above or below the threshold. And if you are below,
So there's
you
so
will
many
start
people
taking
doing that.
damage and eventually die. And well, if you remember Slurpee, there's a bunch of slurp barrels and slurp trucks around in case you take any damage. And well, Bizzle ended up putting together this very interesting video here. In the video, it shows that a bunch of games during FNCS, Bucky and Creo would trade shots with keys and selects in order to get their Storm Surge damage up. And well, Epic actually ended up taking action and banned all the players involved for 2 whole months.
All of
Which is
them.
way too harsh considering what some of the other players did in this video. And because they got banned, that meant they would miss out on that entire FNCS. Now,
Good.
this whole situation is a very tricky one because nobody can really say for certain if they went out of their way to DM each other, saying exactly when to trade damage with each other or not. But
Yeah,
could
it could have
also
just been
a
like
habit that
subtle
they
in the
built up
game.
before playing FNCS during scrims. Since
Yeah,
they
exactly.
Probably know each other's loot route. And this also doesn't mention the countless amount of other times.
That's the thing,
players
like,
have
how do
done
you
something
know?
like this and nothing happened. Even with these players all being banned, though, they've had very successful careers. With Bucky now streaming a lot and is still placing very well, Slack's going on to
Is he
win
still
an
playing now?
FNCS.
Like, this video was like a year
Creo
ago.
also placing well during some of the FNCSs and World Cup.
I don't think I've seen
He's
Bucky
also
around.
placing well back then. Looking back on the situation, do you think they were rightfully banned and was 2 months way too long or not? Now, when talking about people who have cheated
2 months
in
is a
Fortnite,
while.
one of the first
In-
people
in, like,
that may come
competitive.
to mind would be Jarvis. Now, Jarvis has been doing YouTube
Jarvis.
for a very long time, and his brother K was the one who really introduced
It's probably
him
like
to it.
the
Pretty
biggest.
much right after he joined FaZe and started uploading himself. And pretty much right
Known
away
ban
after
in, like,
starting
Fortnite
his own
history.
channel, he would start to get into Fortnite. And he was pretty good at the time, even though he mainly focused on content and would post videos mainly
I keep
for a
forgetting he
younger
was controller
audience.
for some
The
reason.
World Cup was
I don't know
announced,
why.
and everybody was talking about it. So he decided to play. And he was really good. And in the 7th week of solos, he almost qualified but finished 5th place on West, where only 2 players made it. And in the 9th and last week, he would be just 1 decent game away from making it, but after sitting in a queue for over 8 minutes, he never found the game and missed out on the pro.
Bro.
Even though that was sad, his YouTube was still
I genuinely
better
hate
than ever
that.
and pulling millions of views.
It's the
And not
worst.
only was YouTube going well, he also did very good in lots of the tournaments going on. And he would actually almost qualify for the first ever FNCS, but only ended up placing 16th in the heats. However, little did he know this would be his last tournament in Fortnite forever. After earning over 8 grand in Fortnite and his YouTube doing very well, he made the dumbest
pretty good.
decision in his life. For some reason, as a stupid little YouTube video, he decided to hop on an ult account and buy full-on aimbot. The video now is quite
W
iconic,
content
and
creation.
He even said multiple times to not cheat because you will be banned. But little did
Bro's
he
just
know
ahead of
that
the meta.
Epic would use him as an example and permanently ban him on every account he made. And because of this, he would make another.
Yeah, imagine being used as like the example for future players. Like it was dumb and it was terrible. 23 million views on this, by the way. Bro made a bag from that though. But yeah, imagine like being the example for like future players. Like, I mean, he was just like doing it on like an alt, not even in competitive or like in an official tournament or anything, and got life banned. Like, there's cheaters nowadays that are like full on cheating in tournaments, only getting banned for like a year or like 6 months. Like, I've seen it so many times, but like.
But in the end, he did not get any grace from Epic. And now that he couldn't play Fortnite anymore, it was
kinda
looking
hectic.
bad for his career since that was pretty much all he did on YouTube, so he needed to change up the content. And well, him and his brother K would go on to make very clickbaity YouTube videos, again trying to push more out into a younger audience. Also, not to mention that they would clickbait the fact that Jarvis was banned and he was playing Fortnite a bunch of times. But something
Yeah, he
people
had,
might
like, a
not have
whole
saw coming
return
was
stream
that he
where they
actually
faked
got
the whole
into
thing.
YouTube boxing.
It's kinda
And
crazy.
Nowadays, Jarvis has over 5 million subs and is mainly focusing on boxing. It would be very interesting to compare where he's at now to if he never got
Damn.
banned.
Quit
but
Fortnite.
I guess we'll never know. By the way, if you're enjoying the video
Start
so far,
boxing.
make sure to leave a like and
Get
subscribe
more subs.
because it really helps me out. For this next one, let's go all the way back again to the World Cup days with one of the most hated players in
Chapter 1.
gaming history, who was actually able to play in front of millions of people for $30 million. And that would be Ziff and Ronaldo. If you're an OG, you know who they are and that nobody liked them. We'll start off with Ziff, and like many other up-and-coming pro players, the World Cup
Remember hearing the name
qualifiers
Ziff.
was a perfect chance for them to prove that they had what it took, and everybody was scrambling to qualify. And like I'm sure many other players did, Ziff resulted to cheating. He didn't have soft aim, wall hacks, or aimbot. He had a couple of friends. You see, back in the day, the points you gained during tournaments
He had
were
some
really
friends.
bad. Literally winning a game in the World Cup qualifiers only got you 10 points. But every
Something that you don't
elimination you
have.
got was worth 1. So every time you got one, it pushed you closer and closer to that qualification. And well, I'll just let Cypher here explain what went down.
Oh, Cypher the GOAT.
So, Bad and
Go in, son.
Wuji is landing here, right? You know, I don't understand this one right here. So he lands, he obviously sees the purple pump. You know? There's a chest there. You hear the chest, right? You don't hear the chest? I hear it. So this guy, like, runs past the purple pump, pickaxes the chest for some
Okay,
reason.
that's
Finally picks up the purple pump.
scuff.
He's dead. Now this Jesty guy lands out of nowhere. Doesn't grab the mask. Doesn't go for the purple pump. Doesn't go for anything. Running into a wall.
What?
And then he shows us his best impression of your grandpa playing Fortnite and starts, you know, shooting. For some reason, just shooting the brick wall.
What is this
Never
guy
shooting over
doing?
the brick wall.
Jesty, you are not cooking,
Okay.
bud.
Rise Ziff is actually teammates with the first guy. Like, they've played together, duos, in previous competitions. This Jesty guy, right? I don't know who he is exactly, but some people did some research. And this Jesty guy played 10 games, right? 8 of his games somewhere in paradise. He landed somewhere over here. So he landed in the same spot. 8 of his games, he landed in the same spot.
So yeah, it was pretty obvious that he was cheating, and he just got some of his
Wow.
friends to land on him and give him free kills. And the Fortnite community would get extremely upset.
What, how many people
about
are still,
this
like, doing
because
this?
He would actually manage to qual by placing 2nd place.
They like get
And because
people
of
to
this,
like
that
land
meant
on them.
8th place, which was clicks, didn't qual. And if he never got fed those eliminations, Ziff wouldn't have qualled in the first place. But just after 6 days, Epic Games had officially came out and stated that Ziff was disqualified and gave him a 14-day competitive ban. And not only did Ziff get banned for getting fed kills, his duo Ronaldo actually did the exact same thing and also got banned for 14 days because of it.
Runs in. This is Rise Ronaldo.
Cypher's
right? This is
back.
Rise Ronaldo. Ziff's teammate. Runs in. Starts teabagging. Gets shot by Ronaldo. Now Ronaldo has heals and shields and materials from that.
Is this back when
So
Siphon
this guy
existed?
played 10 games. Jesty played 10 games, landed in Paradise 8 of those games. In 2 of those games where he didn't land Paradise, one of them he feeds Ronaldo.
And before you comment, Ronaldo is not stable Ronaldo. They are different people. But
Yeah,
even
I was
though
gonna
they
say.
had been banned, many people thought 14 days wasn't even close to enough. Because this only happened during week 3 of solos, this meant that they would only miss out on week 4 duos and week 5 solos, which meant they still had 5 different chances to make the World Cup. And in the 8th week of duos, the Fortnite community's worst nightmare came true. Ronaldo and Ziff ended up placing 3rd.
It's a long
qualifying
segment
themselves
for-
to the duo
segment
World
for,
Cup,
Ziff.
And to say they weren't happy would be an extreme understatement.
Yeah, I'm just gonna carry
They
it.
made it all the way to the top.
There's 2 rips. There's 2 rips. Fuck.
Yeah.
I'll drop my sniper for it. Ready?
Yeah, let's go.
You want to take above that, you guys?
We can. You want?
I have to commentate Ziff in the World Cup.
But nevertheless, they were
Bro.
invited to play New York, and well, the crowd did not like them at all.
Were they
Not only
actually
they
in the
booed
World
at by
Cup?
the crowd, they were also celebrated whenever they died.
Well, I don't remember like seeing this or like knowing about
And
this.
in the end, they would place 28th in the finals, not doing too well, but that still made them
Damn.
50 grand each. But you might be wondering,
That is
what happened to their
That
court-
is crazy. If Epic still paid out the 50 grand when everyone knew they were cheating.
or afterwards? Well,
There's
they
no
would go on
way.
to play trio FNCS and squads together, but
Okay, we've
they
seen that
only
same clip,
managed
like,
to make the
4
heats
times.
and not grands. And going into Chapter 2 Season 2 FNCS, Ronaldo would quit the game. However, Ziff continued to play the game and made that season's grands for the first time, placing 22nd, but he would also quit the game right after. Ziff during this time was starting to really get into Valorant and was very good at the time.
Sick,
and
dude.
he would actually go on to prove how good he was. He would go on to join the team, the Pittsburgh Knights, and would have some very good
I love the
placements in
aftermath
tournaments.
showcase.
Later down the road, he would go on to join
At least he didn't get into
Disguised
crypto.
team, Disguised. However, he recently left the team in April of 2023
Actually kinda surprised.
and has not said a word since. And even with switching games, people still bombarded him with comments because of what he did during the World Cup. And because
Yeah,
of
it's
this,
not, like,
he's
running
stayed
away
off
from that,
social
like,
media for the most part.
over the
now,
internet.
what exactly happened to Ronaldo? Well, he actually went down pretty much the exact same path as Ziff, and he would actually end up joining the same roster as Ziff, playing for Knights. But Ronaldo would get dropped for the team right before they actually started doing well, and after he got dropped, he would go silent on all social media platforms, deleting his old YouTube videos, not streaming, and hasn't tweeted since October of 2022. So it seems like he's done with social media for good. But I guess the final question is, do you guys think that they deserved all the hate they got? Now there are many more cheaters that I can still cover, so if you guys want to see a part 2, let me know down in the comments below. Thank you guys all for watching this video, it means a lot to me. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you enjoyed.
Damn. There we go. I think it's zero builds that like you just notice so many cheaters now in zero builds. Because you can't build, it's just raw aim, and the amount of people that have like soft aim or subtle aim adjustment is wild. There's so many people cheating. It's crazy. Maybe it's just the region that I'm in, but I notice it all the time. Well, there we have it. 2 videos from Aced. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.